In the country where you get a front row seat to hear from some of the biggest names in politics, pop culture, and sports. People like Grammy Award winner John Legend.
Knowing that fight isn't over, knowing that we've got to stay motivated and stay in.
I don't think anyone with a straight face can say right now, and the reality when you look at it, it's not even voting for my father. Look at the team that's now surrounding him.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Milwaukee Black Talk. You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time! It's time! It's beta time!
You are watching a master at work.
Truth Nation, get ready for the greatest 60 minutes in radio, giving you his authentic and bold opinions, bringing you all the information, entertainment, and conversations you gotta hear. From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
What up, Truth Nation? What up, Truth Nation? Happy Thursday here on Truth to Power on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your host, Kyle Walls, and we are coming live, yes, live to you from the American Family Insurance Studio at the 3rd Street Market Hall at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Wisconsin. Shout out to my boy DJ Brother Z, always holding it down. Shout out to you, Truth Nation, chiming in. Shout out to y'all. Oh, the Easter. I got the Easter suit a couple days early. Oh, y'all just wait. Y'all just wait. YouTube, you can watch the stream us live. 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure y'all subscribe. We're on our road to 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. And as always, y'all can chime in and call in, text in at the Truth Talking text line at 833-212-1017. Now, I'm going to start the show a little different today. I'm going to start the show with a little story time. I'm trying to think, do I want to play off the top for a story time? It's 3 different stories. Why not? Why not? I don't care which one you play. Oh,
y'all know what time it is. It's time for Off the Top on Truth to Power. Kyle, let Truth Nation know what you got to get off your chest today.
So, I mean, it's not too much I got to get off my chest, but I got to share a couple 3 stories today. And someone said I thought he was Mr. Mound. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Definitely funny. So, first things first, shout out to Nick Avani's at Mayfair Mall. Now, I've heard of Nick Avani's. I've been to Nick Avani's once before, but yesterday I had an opportunity to go to Nick Avani's, and let me tell you, I'm so excited. It is a partnership that is coming up, a partnership that will be starting. So I just want to say shout out to Nick Avani's, because as y'all may not know, you probably don't know yet, next Thursday and Friday I will be doing my show, but I'll be doing my show from the biggest event in the state of Wisconsin at the NFL Draft. I'm so excited to be broadcasting live from Green Bay, Wisconsin, broadcasting live from the Lambeau Field area, broadcasting live from the Tundra Trio, broadcasting live from the National Football League Draft next Thursday and Friday for Truth to Power. I am so excited for that. But here's the thing about it. I said, you know what? It's draft day next Thursday and Friday, and I got to make sure I look clean for draft day. So we hit up our friends at Nick Avani's, and Nick Avani said, oh, Kyle, don't worry about it. We got you. Our boy Yuli, YO, he got you. He gonna cook you up. He gonna set you up. He gonna have you looking clean as a whistle. And yesterday, I went to go get fitted and sized up for my draft day suit. I got 2 of them. I'm excited. Like I'm walking across the stage. So make sure y'all tune in all next week as my coverage of, well, not my coverage, but the NFL Draft, me being at the NFL Draft, is sponsored by Nick Avani's. Shout out to Nick Avani's. Support local. Shout out if you got anything for prom coming up, make sure you go to Nick Avani's because they had so many kids in there yesterday. They was getting suited and booted and ready to go to prom, looking real good, but they hooked your boy up, and I cannot wait for y'all to see what I got for the draft coming up next week. So again, shout out to Nick Avani's and shout out to my boy Yuli for hooking me up and styling me up yesterday. That's the first thing. Second thing, I don't know if you noticed or not, DJ Brothers, you know I almost got fired today? Yeah, me. He said, I almost got fired today. You know why? So I'm going to a bachelor party, right? Not that. But I'm going to a bachelor party in Vegas in May. I'm excited about the bachelor party. And the bachelor, the man getting married, he hit me up. He called me up. He's like, hey, let me holler at you real quick. I said, I got you. What's up? And so, we having a conversation and we talking and we like, okay, so for this bachelor party, like, where's it that you want to go? We thinking about going to this day party at Dre's on this day. And we thinking about going up to a club that night, but there's a place you want to get food from. He said, yeah, I want to get, yeah. I want to go to Treasures. I said, oh, Treasures. Okay, that's what it's called. He said, yeah. They got real good food. I saw it on social media. Treasures. I said, okay, bet. So, I'm at work. And let me tell you, I don't do too much multitasking at work, but I said, let me pause for the calls and pause for my boy right now. And so I said, well, okay, so Treasures. I want to remember this. So let me text it to my other guy who's helping plan the bachelor party, y'all. And I want y'all to go and Google Treasures. Google Treasures Las Vegas. Zach, don't do it on the computer. You do it on your phone, off the internet here. So I'm on my computer at work. And at work, I used to be very, very important. Now I'm just somewhat important. So I got a desk in front of people. I got 2 monitors. I'm 2 monitors important. You Googled it, Zach. So I got these.
I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
I got these big ass monitors at my job that everybody can see my screen. Because trust me, they look at your screen at work. And I had to tell people like, hey, watch your eyes. So I go to my big screen. I start typing in Treasures. Lo and behold, Treasures is a damn gentleman's club that serves food. And so I'm sitting here at work, with some Treasures on my screen talking about Gentleman's Club. I said,
it was
bro,
Treasures, all right.
Yeah, it was Treasures, all right. I said, I had to hurry up and call.
Some pirate booty.
Yes, some pirate booty and something else, boy. It was some other miles, and not mine, some other miles people could see. So I had to hurry up and click it out. Yeah, JD the Poet, Jeezy at Dre's. Yeah, he is. 1,500 for a booth. That's why we're not going that Saturday to Dre's for Jeezy. It costs too much. We're going a different day for it's a little bit cheaper. That's on that Saturday. But yeah. So I'm like, dog, you almost gonna get me fired here, man. IT don't play. Like, they know everything you do, especially on the internet network here. I'm sitting here, got Gentleman's Club, some things popping out on my screen. I hurried up and had to click. So that's how I almost got fired today. And then lastly, y'all, I had to tell y'all a story. And so as I was getting ready for the show, because I have a routine, right? I have a routine where I come in, I knock out a couple things for work because, I got a checklist, right? Like, usually people need me for some things, and I say, okay, well, I usually get here around 8:30. I got here a little later today because I have to go to the Pearce for Teen Girls event tonight right at the Bear Center. Excited about that. But I said, okay, well, I usually get settled in. I do some stuff before I get into work, and then I start working on my show. And then if I'm hungry, I usually maybe eat around 11:20 so I can eat and digest my food and then get ready for the show, or I'll wait until after the show. Today I was hungry. And so I'm sitting there and I'm chilling, and I end up having a conversation with somebody who went on a date yesterday. They went on a date. I said, "Oh, that's wonderful. You went on a date. How did it go?" They said it went great. He was this. He was wonderful. He was so courteous. He was so thoughtful. Had great conversation. I'm like, "Oh, I love that for you. I absolutely love that for you. It sounds like he doesn't have many red flags." She said, "No, not at all. Only thing is I had to pay." I said, "What you mean you had to pay?" "Yeah, I had to pay. His card got declined." His card got declined. She said, "Yeah." I said, "Girl, what?" Damn. And so here's the thing. She was real calm about it, right? I'm trying to think, when I was, 20, in my 20s, if my card got declined, I'd be embarrassed if a woman had to pay for me. But she was like, that's maybe what the field is now. But she said he used one card, the first card he went to pay. They said they rang it up on one register, did not work, got declined. Rang it up on another register, did not work, got declined. So then he gave him, okay, try this one. He gave his little Yu-Gi-Oh debit card. He went, they did it again, tried the first one, did it again, tried the second one, declined. He made up some excuse, and she was just cool with it. She was just like, it got declined, and I just paid for it. It's what it is. I was like, oh, wow. These women is different now. These women is definitely different. So I thought that was definitely interesting, because I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Ain't no way in the world. If I do, and shout out to her, but let me tell you this. If the Lord blesses me with daughters, I'm going to tell my daughters one thing. If a man card ever get declined at dinner and he happens to be a brokey, you look him in the eye and you say, "Well, what you gonna do about this? Don't you bring your card. You can listen. You can call mama. You can call daddy. We will come and pay for your portion. Cause you know me, I ain't paying for nobody else's kid like that. No grown man like that. I would literally show up, pay my daughter portion, and say, let's get up out of here." But I guess it must be different nadays. DJ Brother, these younger women a little bit different nowadays. They willing to pay for y'all meals. He's shaking his head. Yeah. Oh, wow. Just like that. All it is a 10-year age gap. And bada boom, bada bang, these women paying for meals. Nah, never. So, yeah, those were my the top 3 things I had on my mind today. Just random thoughts that I ran into before I get into the meat and potatoes. So thing number 1, shout out to Nick Avani's. Gonna have me suited and booted next week for the NFL draft, as I'll be broadcasting live from the NFL draft, courtesy of, sponsored by, supported by, presented by Nick Avani's. And then next thing is, don't be a brokey. And the last thing is, watch what you search on the internet while you at work, because you can end up getting in trouble. 833-212-1017. Tyrone, what's cracking, lacking?
Crack, man. All right, man. Kyle, Brother Z, Milwaukee, Tyrone W. Speaking of blessing, joyous, great Friday, Good Friday to everybody in the Resurrection, Easter, Resurrection Sunday.
Friday Eve.
Yes, right, yep, it's coming. I'm getting it ahead of time. That goes to Liz Brown, Tori Lowe, everybody, Sherwin, everybody. Have a great weekend. Be blessed, enjoy. Let's go Bucks. I said sweep them. Do the best you can. Win the first 2. Come back home, and you're halfway there. Sweep them, man. Go Brewers. Let's go. Let's get it. Everybody have fun. Eat good. Kyle, I don't know if you can you sit down without twerking and twitching too much with that Brazilian Brazilian wax?
He can't sit down or you stand still without it.
I know my Brazilian wax. It look good. It look good. Okay, send me your number. Send me your number and I'll send it to you.
Twitching. Don't scratch where you don't itch.
Nah, I am nervous about that ingrown hair, but I ain't gonna lie to you. TMI. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is too much business. I took a picture before. Tyrone, I took a before and after. I took a before and after picture. God damn, Tyrone.
Okay. The White Widow and Deja. Everybody have fun. So we'll talk. I get you, man. I get you out on the other show. Later in the week. There.
I hear you, Tyrone. Thank you so much. Tyrone was Abba. I said, damn, Tyrone. I want to tell him I took a before and after picture. I got it on my phone. If I get hacked, here's what it is. I got to be able to it's a keepsake. This is a once in a lifetime ordeal for me. I'm never doing this again. It's a before and after. I wanted to see what it looked like before and after. That's all that is. That is
This
all.
is a sick Negro.
No, not at all. I like to capture my memories, Zach. It's capturing a memory. What I love about my phone is that what my phone does is that like a year from now, it'll do like a spotlight. And Google will do a spotlight, and I'm telling you, a year from now, I'm gonna be on my phone, gonna click the spotlight. Well, what in the hell? I got? Oh, I remember that. And you can just it's beautiful. So I'll be able to keep those great memories that I have. 833-212-1017. Listen, I Google my phone talking. I heard me say Google. No, I ain't trying to see that Google. Stop. 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talk to text line. Also, you can watch and stream us live on YouTube. 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you subscribe as well. Because on the other side, listen, I know I'm hard on Donald Trump. I get it. Y'all know I just get frustrated with him, right? Like, I don't hate all Republicans, but I don't really think he's a true Republican. I don't dislike, I don't hate Donald Trump. I just don't like him. But you know what? I decided I wanted to be a little bit more even and open-minded because he did say when he was running, he was a man of the people. Donald Trump also said, a lot of people believe, like, hey, he understands us, right? Zach, remember there's a hotkey I think y'all play on the Tory Lowe show where he said, I love the poorly educated. Like, I love the poorly educated. He loves the poorly educated, and the poorly educated loves him. And I said, you know what? Maybe I'm just too hard on Donald Trump. Maybe I'm just too one-sided. Because you know what? When Donald Trump ran for president, he didn't give you much of a platform, but he said he was going to lower your prices. He said he was going to lower inflation. He said he was going to lower crime. He said he was going to do all these great things for people. So on the other side, I've made a decision. You know what? I want to be more fair. I want to be more balanced. And I want to make a case for the fact that Donald Trump cares about you, the consumer, Truth Nation. So on the other side, we're going to talk about the things Donald Trump has done to help protect American citizens against scammers. Keep it locked. You're listening to Truth to Power on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. On the other side, we're going to give Donald Trump his flowers.
Really? Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's game time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year, I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, and H&R Benefits Consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024, U.S. Bank.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Attention small business owners. In-person registration for the City of Milwaukee Vendor Fair scheduled for April 24th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. is now closed. If you missed registration, a recording of the event will be made available online after the vendor fair. For more details, you can visit milwaukee.gov/DOA event. That is milwaukee.gov/DOA event. This event is a gateway to expand your business through workshops, networking, and direct access to knowledgeable city staff regarding contracting and small business enterprise certification. Interested in expanding your small business via government contracting but can't make the event? Email devcord@milwaukee.gov to learn how small business enterprise certification with the City of Milwaukee can take your business to the next level. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Department of Administration, City of Milwaukee Purchasing Department, and City of Milwaukee Department of City Development. For more information, you can visit milwaukee.gov/DOA events.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
I say, bit bad, woman good, lady better. Hey.
It is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am Kyle Walsh, your host here of Truth to Power. Remember, you can always chime in on a conversation and call like my homeboy Tyrone. He calls into my show here, Truth to Power, but he also calls into Kyle Brust and Nortman 2 to 5 on ESPN Wisconsin. He always calls and says, it was crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack, and so much positive energy. I absolutely love it. But you can watch and stream us live on YouTube, 1017 The Truth on YouTube, 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Now, on the other side, I was having a conversation and telling y'all about, some people say I'm not fair to Donald Trump. Some people say I'm too hard on Donald Trump, right? And I just point out the things that I see. And most of the stuff that I talk about are things that have to do with the fact that I just feel like he's hurting people. So I decided to do some research to find some things that weren't hurting people, right? Because, I talked about, the Fed workers, and I've talked about the fact that he's shipping off people illegally, and, the administration said it was on accident. Now they're trying to make up stories to say, well, no, it was on purpose. And so we've talked about all these different things that we feel like hurt people. But now I want to talk about some things that I feel maybe shed some light on what Donald Trump has done, right? And so, again, as I said on the other side, Donald Trump is beloved by a lot of people. Hit the key. He's poorly educated. They love Donald Trump. I love the poorly educated. He loves the poorly educated, and the poorly educated love him. Now, I may not get it why they love him, right? Like, may not understand why they love a Nepo baby. I may not understand that, why they love the silver spoon guy. I may not understand. Maybe it's because he has 34 felonies, and which makes him so American, and that makes him so relatable. Like, one thing I can say is that he clearly takes a stance that he is a man for the people, right? He loves being for the people of America. And so I think in his first 100 days, there should be some type of facts that show that he's for the people, right? So, matter of fact, for those who don't believe me that he's a man of the people, I want to share some examples of how Donald Trump is a man of the people. So Tax Day was this week on, April 15th, we all filed our taxes this year, or some of us did, some of us didn't, some of us might have got an extension, but just with that thought right there, tax time is a stressful time. It's a time where people get very stressed out, you get very worried, you try to figure out, find all the bills that you have to find, or find all the deductions that you have to do. There's just so much that you have to do on tax day, right? And so it is a very hectic time. And with that, there's a lot of people that are predatory and try to take advantage of people during this time of taxes, right? And so wouldn't it be great if we had a system put in place that could allow for you to get your refund, but could take away some of the stressors that come along with finding your W-2, trying to figure out, especially for people who have businesses, right? Filing all those things. But like those who have simple taxes, it would be great if there was something out there that allowed for, people to quickly file their taxes. Well, let's go to WTNH News in Connecticut, where we are going to share a story about the IRS allowing for a direct taxing tool. Go ahead.
And a new tool is available to make filing your own taxes easier. Starting this year, Connecticut taxpayers have access to something called the IRS Direct File Tool. It's free, user-friendly. The online service allows eligible people to directly file federal tax returns with the IRS without needing a third-party software or professional assistance.
This will help more people claim tax credits that they are entitled to. No more TurboTax, no more H&R Block, who nickel and dime you for their tax filing. Unless you choose to use them, it's your choice.
Direct File aims to provide greater efficiency, security, and convenience for you as you file your taxes.
I like that. More convenience, and then we understand H&R Block is, a great resource, but they're in business for a reason because they obviously, know that whatever they give you maybe up front, they may be able to, take a couple on the back end from you, right? And so that sounds like it's a great tool resource for people who just want to simply file and you don't have too much complexities within your taxes to be able to use the IRS direct file, right? That just seems logical to me. And then you also don't have to worry about paying the extra money, going through a third party or anything like that. Just something that just makes your taxes simple. Wait, what? You're saying they're trying to get rid of this. Why would they try to get rid of something like this? I'm trying to understand. Isn't this a great way for people to easily file your taxes? Why would any administration want to get rid of filing taxes? I thought Trump loved the people. You mean to tell me that people could potentially lose out on filing their taxes, Brother Z? Is that what you just whispered in my ear? Let's go ahead and go to the next video to figure out whether or not this is true or not.
And that could add up to a $5 billion savings per year on those banking fees, according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. ABC's Melissa Adon explains.
Wait a minute. Different video. Sorry, Truth Nation. I sent Zach a whole lot of videos to run through today. And so basically, the whole point of that one right there, the whole point is this, is that I'm going to play y'all a video so y'all have the ability to see that we may or may not be losing this IRS direct tax filing. Now we got it here. Go ahead and play it for him, DJ Brother Z. Well, I'll let him know he being a magician behind the scenes. But the whole point is that filing taxes is stressful, it's worrisome, it can take some time. And to know that what we just heard where you had an option where you can file directly with the IRS, but now that may be something that we may be losing. That's problematic to me. That's something that I'm not a fan of. And so basically, we don't need it. Basically, what the Trump administration is doing when it comes to filing taxes is that they're going to take away this direct filing tax plan. Now, what I don't understand is why would you want to take away something that makes it easier for people to file taxes? I don't quite understand that. But you know what? We still got H&R Block. We still have TurboTax. We still have the local tax man. We still have people who can help us file our taxes. So you know what? I ain't going to concern myself on that. I'll be okay. So I want to move on to the next thing because Donald Trump also, here's another thing that he's helping with, right? When it comes to banking fees, I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to banking fees, there's a lot of fees with banks, right? A lot of fees. Banks charge you overdraft fees. They charge you if you don't have enough money in your account, if your account dip below this number, you got to pay more fees. That's why I don't really mess with some banks, man. I'm very, very particular and specific about the banks or the credit unions that I work with because I don't want nobody trying to charge me no extra fees. That's not what I'm all about. I never forget I went to a bank one time. I was so excited, right? I went to a bank one time. I had my money ready, and I said, all right, I want to open an account with you all. So just tell me the process. And the woman was walking me through the process, and she told me, yeah, so another thing is your account has to always have, $300 in your account at all times. And if you dip below $300, we charge you a fee. I said, wait, what? She said, yeah, if you dip below a certain amount, we charge you a daily fee. I said, whoa. That doesn't make sense. So, wait a minute. You're going to charge me for dipping below 300 even though I got money in there? Yeah. And then if you get to zero in your account, then they charge you a fee every day, and then you get into the negative. I said, this doesn't even make sense. You mean to tell me for having a bank account, I got to pay money to have this bank account even though you're collecting money off my interest? And what you're telling me, if I have no money for you to collect interest off, instead of closing out my account, you're going to keep charging me? I said, oh, that's crazy. I literally had my money on the table. I took it right off, put it right back in my pocket. It was $1,000. I was like 20-some years old. I was going to start do some other venture stuff. So I had my money up there, $1,000, and I took it right off the table, put it right back in my pocket, and I walked up out that building. Now, it would be great if we had some protection against this, right? Like if we had something, well, guess what? We do now. We actually have a protection against this here in America, so we don't have these predatory overdraft fees. Go ahead and play it for him, DJ Brother Z.
To the new rules, which would save Americans billions of dollars a year in overdraft fees. Elizabeth Schulze is in Washington with those details. Good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning, Rebecca. And this is a change that could save American households $5 billion in overdraft charges every year. Typically, you might pay your bank an overdraft fee of $35 per transaction if you spend more money than you have available in your checking account. Well, this new rule, finalized this morning by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, would cap those fees at $5 for many customers. Now, banks could still end up charging you more than $5, but if they do, you'd have to agree to the terms up front, like when you take out a loan. This change officially takes effect next October, though it could face legal challenges. The banking industry group Consumer Bankers Association saying in a statement, the rule jeopardizes access to overdraft services and disregards bank-led innovations. We have already seen major banks like Ally, Citi, Bank of America, Capital One voluntarily eliminate or cut overdraft fees. And keep in mind, some banks will offer you a 24-hour grace period to deposit money into your account without paying a fee. You can also automatically link your checking account to your savings to withdraw from there if your balance does go negative, guys.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. You no longer have these predatory fees. So that sounds like a good thing. I don't know about you, DJ Brother Z, but that's something that I can get behind. Can you get behind something like that?
Yeah, I just got hit with one the other day.
And so that's my thing, is I absolutely love that. But wait a minute. Are you telling me that Trump administration plans on allowing banks to charge those high fees again? This is a man for the people, Truth Nation. I'm telling you, I'm trying my hardest to be able to show that he's a man of the people, but there just seems to be things that keep popping up that are protecting the consumer that they're getting rid of. First, we talk about the IRS tax filing system that is easy to use, very simple to use. The other systems that they do have other free filing systems that are tough to use. This one directly with the IRS allows for you to input your information much more easier and be able to get it done like that free. Get your refund easy. But they got rid of that. And then now you're telling me overdraft fees, which were capped off at like $5, they're getting rid of that? And what's crazy about this is that they're getting rid of the $5 cap on banking overdraft fees, which save billions of dollars for families across America. Remember, they said $5 billion, over $100 for an average American. But they said they're getting rid of that because it's unfair to banks. Just understand that, y'all. They said they're getting rid of protections for you, the consumer, because it's not fair to corporations. Republican Senator Tim Scott, the black Republican senator, I think he is still currently the only black senator on the Republican side, he said this. He said about this, he said, listen, your bank account goes beyond zero, you have to pay a fee. Your bills are paid. Some people will say that people who live paycheck to paycheck use overdraft as an option to pay their rent. So when you start capping this fee structure, you start eliminating overdraft, you start eliminating the possibility for working people to paycheck to make decisions to continue to use their resource most effective way. That's not fair. Not fair at all. Why are we allowing for banks to profit off the backs of hardworking people? That's what I don't get. So while y'all were crying about the fact that, we won't have God in school, while y'all was crying about the fact that gas was $3.15 a gallon during the Biden administration, while y'all was crying about boys being in girls' sports, abortion rights, gun rights, and all the other nonsense, the Biden administration was putting in consumer protection for you. He was taking on Ticketmaster for you so you don't have to pay those huge fees, those junk fees they call it. He was taking on healthcare to cap insulin at $35 so those who are diabetic like people in my family now, and who, some can afford, some can't, now don't have to pay these huge prices in order to get what they need to survive. For those who may not have it, and trust me, y'all, everybody here knows somebody whose bank account has went to zero, or bank account dipped below the minimum amount they need to have in their banking account, or banking account was in the negative. We all know somebody, and we understand the stress and the burden that puts on people. So why in the world would a man for the people like Donald J. Trump, why would he push for us to eliminate the $5 cap on paying these fees? Why would he push to get rid of the direct tax filing with the IRS? Why would they be pushing to get rid of the cap on insulin at $35? Why would they get rid of the Consumer Protection Bureau? Why would they do these things that would negatively impact us? 833-212-1017. On the other side, I will tell you exactly why this is the case. I tried, Truth Nation. I did. I tried to look for all the good things that he did, but nothing stood out to me. Nothing stood out to me. Because if you try to look up the good things that Donald Trump did, literally, you can look up the good things that he did right here in the last 100 days, and all it will have to do with is shipping people off to different countries because immigrants are illegal. Meanwhile, Milwaukee is still seeing crime rise. Make it make sense. I thought the illegal migrants and immigrants were getting shipped out. How do we still have crime in this country? I thought those were the criminals. I thought Doge was going to save us so much money by slashing and cutting and using a chainsaw and firing hardworking Americans. Why is the stock market dipping? Why are people still unemployed? Unemployment ticked up last month. He told me that if he puts these tariffs, people are going to pay their fair share. But now I hear prices are going to go up. Matter of fact, the head of the MMAC, Dale Kooyenga, who was a Republican state representative who was in the assembly here in Wisconsin, who is also then elected as a state senator as a Republican. He represented Waukesha and Brookfield area. Now he is a head of the MMAC, and he bluntly said it. Businesses are going to be hurting from this because this is the largest tax in American history on the American businesses and American people. He said it. This is a former Republican who oversees the biggest economic development engine in the region, really in the state for Wisconsin. We talk about the MMAC when it comes from our community. They're huge. Any company that you see come here, the MMAC touches that. They touch that. And the head of the MMAC said that the tariffs are going to be a huge tax. So I tried to find positives, but I could not find anything but negatives that impacted us. So on the other side, when we come back, we're going to take your calls, but we're also going to tell you exactly why. I'm going to tell you why. If you think you know why, Truth Nation, 833-212-1017, I want to hear from you. But I'm going to explain to you why the Trump administration don't give a dang about the poorly educated, the moderately educated, the highly educated. He does not care about the middle class. He only cares about a certain group of people. And I'll explain to you why on the other side. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. Again, 833-212-1017. That's the Truth Talk to text line. You can call in or you can text in with your thoughts. Also, you can watch and stream us live on YouTube, 1017 The Truth on YouTube. But on the other side, I'll break down why this is all happening.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me.
I am ASAP and Maya Angelou.
I am Marva Collins and Frederick Douglass.
From A to Z, I celebrate, emulate, and commemorate their example.
This is part of the Declaration of Excellence Milwaukee College Prep scholars recite not just during Black History Month, but each and every morning. Because our students don't just honor history, they're determined to shape it. Enroll your scholar for the 2025-26 school year at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's lots of buzz surrounding the draft, but you won't find one seeping through Pella's windows and doors. In fact, you should make Pella your #1 pick because right now you can take advantage of no interest financing options or free glass upgrades as long as you order by April 30th. Make a statement by adding Pella's architectural interest inside and out with maximum design flexibility. Their talented designers and installers can match your unique home through dramatic sizes, custom colors, finishes, profiles, product types, and more. Along with durable and distinguished details, all Pella products stand the test of time, which is why they confidently offer the best wood warranty in the industry. Don't miss out on no-interest financing options or free glass upgrades at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Certain restrictions apply, and the deal ends April 30th, so place your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/the-reason to get started.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers are now winners of 2 straight after they beat the Tigers on Wednesday afternoon. This one by a final score of 5-1.
2-1 pitch hit in the air into right field. It's deep. Malloy is going back. Malloy turns. He's a spectator. It is sailing. It is gone.
The Brewers getting the 5-1 win over the Tigers, and they improved with that win to an overall record of 10-9. Over to the NBA, where the play-in tournament is ongoing. The Heat beating the Bulls 109-90, and the Mavericks beating the Kings 120-106. And here in Milwaukee, as the Bucks get ready to take on the Indiana Pacers in round 1 of the NBA playoffs on Saturday, one thing remains on the mind of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Me, my personal goal, if I'm not able to help my team win a second ring, I'm letting down myself.
Bucks Pacers tipping off Saturday at noon. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It is Truth to Power on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
What up, Truth Nation? It is Truth to Power here with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I am Kyle Wallace, the host of Truth to Power. You can watch and stream us live on YouTube, 101.7 The Truth on YouTube. And on YouTube, somebody did make a comment. I want to read this here. Low End said, nobody in the hood in Chicago crying about illegal migrants getting sent back where they came from because they were being dumped in the hood, so good riddance to them. Hey, I'm not, listen, it is what it is. I personally, if you were here legally, I think, figure something out. But again, when it comes to that, I'm not saying that, these migrants shouldn't get shipped back. I think there should be parameters around that. But I also do believe when it comes to these migrants weren't the people committing all these crimes. It was your neighbor, right? So I think people in the hood in Chicago probably not crying about the illegal migrants, but they sure is crying about their teenage son that got shot and killed, their daughter that got shot and killed, their husband that got shot and killed. So while we sitting here moaning about the migrants and immigrants, we still got death tolls through the roof in cities like Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? We still got issues where we had a run of bars people getting shot and killed weekend after weekend. Illegal migrants ain't our problem, black community. It's not. They ain't our problem to make sure we solve and save them, and it ain't our problem in our community of them messing up our stuff. We got to look in the mirror. But 833-212-1017, we're having a conversation talking about how Donald Trump, I tried to find something good to say about him and what he's actually done for the people, but you can't find anything positive that he has actually done for the people. And if you have something positive, 833-212-1017, I want to hear from you. Because when I look at getting rid of minimum fees, getting rid of fees that people can put on people for overdraft fees and capping it at $5 and getting rid of that, I don't think that helps the people. Or when I look at things such as insulin being capped at $35, looking to get rid of that, that doesn't help the people. When I look at the IRS direct filing tool that they have and a resource that they have that is the most simplistic one to use out of the free resources out there, getting rid of that because of corporations complaining about it, that is not being a man of the people. So I'm just trying to find an instance where Donald Trump practiced what he has preached in almost these first 100 days. 833-212-1017, Marlon, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Maybe you can share something that Donald Trump has done positive.
Well, you can't get a positive from a double negative. The reason why Trump loves the poorly educated is because they are not an economical threat. You got to understand, a lot of people FAFO'd, and now they understand and now they will learn that Donald Trump is sent here to destroy the economy of the United States. And by destroying the economy, you are going to only have rich and poor people, no middle class. Once you eliminate the middle class, you have nothing but people dependent on you, your every move, your every whim. So that's what they are doing. Bringing back the fees, that's going to hurt the people. It's going to make them poor. It's going to take the middle class that use the banking systems the most and make them obsolete by fees and making it harder for them to bank. Mm-hmm. Therefore, you switch them to the poor category of the check cashing places.
Yep.
So it's all strategy.
It sure is. And Marlon, thank you. Marlon hit the nail on the head. It is not about you, Truth Nation. It's not about us. Y'all got to understand, Donald Trump was born into money. Donald Trump does not understand what even upper middle class Americans go through. He was rich. He was wealthy. He lived a lifestyle that we cannot fathom. And so he cannot relate to what the day-to-day struggle is. So when Marlon talks about the fact that when you make these cuts, right, when you get rid of that, he thinks like, we need to have freedoms for, financial freedoms for banks to be able to charge whatever they want to charge. He doesn't understand that if somebody has to pay a bill and they have to choose between going into the negative with the bank and worrying about it later, or keeping their lights on, keeping a child in the house because of rent, they're going to choose the thing that's going to keep them as whole as possible. But now if they have to pay these fees and they lose all this money and they got to, the fees is taken. Then they got to go to a check cash place or go to another place to find a loan to pay off money just to have to pay more money back. But now you have these predatory sharks with these check cashing places that now you got to owe them money at high interest rates. This is not about us, Truth Nation. Everything that Donald Trump is doing is not about America. If y'all think for a second Doge is put in place to clean up America for the future, it's a lie. Because let me tell y'all something. Guess what's going to happen the next time a Democrat get in office? They're going to hire people back. They may not hire everybody back because there is some waste in federal government. But they're going to hire more people back. This isn't about that. It's about finding money. Y'all can look it up. He wants to give more tax cuts. But you have financial hawkish people inside of Congress that do not want to raise the debt ceiling. They don't want to raise the debt limit. And so Donald Trump is trying to find as much money that he can cut as possible in order to give more tax breaks to rich people. Because they believe in this trickle-down economic fallacy that if you tax the corporations and the rich less, then they'll pay people more. But we're living in this society where that's just not true. Y'all look up look up how much the American Red Cross CEO makes. Look up how much some of these nonprofit United Way, which are great organizations, great. But look at how much money they make at the top. And so all I'm saying is that this is not about us. This is about helping those who he knows. When your man gets in a position of power, he can help you up. And that's what Donald Trump is doing for his people. It's not about you. 833-212-1017. Miss Sandra, thank you so much for calling in. You're on Truth to Power with Kyle Walls. What are your thoughts on this conversation?
I feel like you feeling the last guy that called. And I think, to me, too, he wants to be a dictator. So if you make people poor, they can't fight back. You know, we don't have the ammunition. We don't have jobs. We're
Especially right now.
You won't get nothing because, right. So you won't have nothing to fight back with. And on top of that, they're going to put the cameras on us to make sure they got every angle they can see us. And now he's talking about this prison in El Salvador. I looked at the whole documentary on that thing. And these are crooks anyways. They do crooks still kill, and that's how they stay in place.
That's true.
And so don't forget them women, too. Them women is something else. I look at them, too. There's something else up there. And that's why I believe he's trying to get a dictatorship. He wants to be over every state in the United States. And he wants to govern. They want to govern. That's the Doge idea. That's that Heritage Foundation. They've been studying America for years, and they've been studying a long time, ever since '82, but I believe longer than that, in order to make sure the rich get what they want, cause, especially Mar-a-Lago, because I just saw this weekend where he had all these people, and they pay him to stay at his hotels and everything there. His daughter bought a $25 million plot of land, and then paid $40,000 a month for leasing the house. Now, just think he want to take from us, take from us, and yet we're the problem. And immigrants, I'm going to say real quick, immigrants, they pimp the slaves, they pimp the Indians, they pimp everybody. America getting what they dished out. That's what I feel.
Thank you, Miss Sandra. I appreciate you chiming in. 833-212-1017. That's the Truth Talk, the text line. Also, make sure y'all watching streamers live on YouTube. On the other side, I'm going to wrap up the show with my last powerful statement of the day that I really want to get to, because I think it's so important that we understand what these tariffs means, what these less consumer protections means, what these federal firing means, and what these layoffs from the reaction to the tariffs means. So keep it locked. You're listening to Truth to Power. Watching streamers live on YouTube. But on the other side, I'll give you my final thoughts on this conversation. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Walls, right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Catch Truth to Power every weekday from noon to 1 p.m.
Hey, Truth fam, this is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 1017 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Attention small business owners. In-person registration for the City of Milwaukee Vendor Fair scheduled for April 24th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. is now closed. If you missed registration, a recording of the event will be made available online after the vendor fair. For more details, you can visit milwaukee.gov/DOA event. That is milwaukee.gov/DOA event. This event is a gateway to expand your business through workshops, networking, and direct access to knowledgeable city staff regarding contracting and small business enterprise certification. Interested in expanding your small business via government contracting but can't make the event? Email devcord@milwaukee.gov to learn how small business enterprise certification with the City of Milwaukee can take your business to the next level. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, City of Milwaukee Purchasing Department, and City of Milwaukee Department of City Development. For more information, you can visit milwaukee.gov/DOA events.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Finding stable housing shouldn't be a struggle. The Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center connects renters, property owners, and partners to the resources they need, whether it's rental assistance, legal aid, mediation, or tenant education. No matter what your situation is, you do not have to go at it alone. Get assistance today by visiting renthelpmke.org. That is renthelpmke.org, or stop by their office at 728 North James Lovell Street in Milwaukee. At the Milwaukee Rental Housing Resource Center, they are here for all your housing needs.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks, and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
This is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
This is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. And as we wrap up here, we've been having a conversation as I tried my best, Truth Nation, to try to find something positive to say about Donald Trump and how he has positively impacted consumers, how he positively impacted American citizens in a good way. That's what I was looking for, and I found nothing, right? A blind man can see that Donald Trump clearly is not for the people, y'all. That's exactly what it is. And so, again, I beg you, show me a policy that has prioritized people, right? People over capitalism, people over corporations. Just show me a policy that he has done in his first day, that's 100 days, that exudes that he cares about people. Because you can say what you want about Joe Biden, but the policies spoke for themselves. Yeah, he was old. Yeah, he could barely move. Yeah, we saw him age in front of us, but we also saw all those different consumer protection things that were put in place to protect us as citizens. He put those in place. He tried to make life easier. He tried to make life more affordable. It was less likely for you to get scammed or cheated during the Biden administration. I understand prices were too high, but there is facts to this. And Joe Biden was attempting to try to help America the best way that he could. And this is also important because many of us, right, we have families who are negatively impacted by this. The removal of safeguards, which hurts Americans. It keeps us getting taken advantage of over and over and getting caught in a cycle. But I'm telling y'all this right now. All these different things that he's doing are going to be nothing but negative for our community and for the American people. Keep your eyes open, Truth Nation. This has been Truth to Power with Kyle Walsh on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. The Tory Lowe Show is coming up next. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace out. See you later.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage.